Hello. Hey, yo, Bia. Huh? Wait, wait. I was literally on the Discord trying to do this and I messed it up. There you go. Hey, yo, Bia. Huh? I just spent the block all the we want a beer. Probably because my waist got money long here. Well, I ain't talking cars long here, don't care. In a sweater used to mirror what's here. Hey, beer. I just spent a block. All the girls want a beer. Yeah, I mean, wait, wait. Yeah, why beer? Why is beer dragging cardial across these streets? Yeah, why beer dragging? Ah, it's beer. Do they have like do they have like A-listers and B-listers for rappers? Like, w- so I've never listened to BM. Let me just be upfront. Oh, sorry. Random note. Welcome everyone. Grab your coffee, water, tea. This is matcha made at home. Um, so first and foremost, oh, that's good. Um, where do I start? I'm not going through the rat beef with Bia and them. The only rat beef I want includes Megan the Stallion. And if Megan is not in there, I don't want it. So this little Cardi coming online blabbering about such and such, talking about whatever, I don't care. If it's not in a rap song, I'm not listening to it. So I didn't hear what Cardi had to say. She went live crying about, oh, she's telling lies on me, blah, blah, blah. I don't care. People are talking about her. Her husband was the one who put it out there that she may or may not have um, cheated. Don't care anything about that at all. I just need some good lyrics. Bia dragged her for filth. And if you are a Cardi fan, good on you, but please note that she lost. It is what it is. I have two beautiful ladies behind the scene, and I will put them on momentarily. So that's the Bia thing. Don't care, Bia won. I don't know why Cardi's out here. I don't know why Cardi's out here, period. So that's that on that. Second, Rihanna is getting dragged. And she's getting dragged because she has a hair care line. I don't know what y'all want from this woman. Rihanna told y'all that she is going to do makeup, she's going to do clothes, she's going to do hair care, she's going to do nails, she's going to do shoes, she's going to do flying jets, she's going to do a bike, she's going to do condominiums, girl. She's going to do everything but give us an album. And we had to go do everything but give us an album. There is no one's lane. Beyonce don't got a lane. No, none of these people have a lane that Rihanna will not be a part of. It is what it is. Rihanna is going to give us everything but an album. So unless Beyonce is giving us music, unless these other lower selling artists are giving us music, Rihanna will be there. So be mad at yourself, be mad at customers, be mad at her marketing team, be mad at everything, but don't be mad at her because ain't nobody care about any of that. I don't care about none of that. And I'm a fan of both. So that out of the way. What's this man? Shabuya, Shabuzi, Shampoo, something, Sham something has knocked Beyonce off of the number one has knocked Beyonce off of the number one spot in country music. And I really like his album. I had the good fortune of seeing him live at the Roots Festival picnic thingamabob. And he is a really good artist. He is literally not he wasn't punctual, he wasn't a good performer, but I see what he was meant to be. And I actually do like his album, and I liked it. Shamwow, good for you. Welcome to the table. Welcome. You are now a good artist. And I appreciate it. Someone said his name is Shabooz. I don't care what his name is. I watched a video where he said that his name was too complicated and white people call him Shaboozy, so he decided that his name was gonna be Shampoo. And girl, ain't nobody gonna do any of that. So Shampoo, created by Beyonce, you got washed, and I appreciate it. So them thighs was out this weekend. The thighs were out, the chest was out, the cameras were out. Everything was amazing. I enjoyed the Roots picnic. When I found out they had like 3 stages, the first day I only thought there was one. So finding out there were 3 stages, the second day was wow. The dream was there. So the dream showed up to the Roots picnic, and now he's being sued. There's nothing funny about it. The dream is not a performer, right? He is a songwriter. He is maybe he plays an instrument, maybe not, who knows. But a performer he was not. Just wasted my unlimited minutes listening to him struggle through all them songs trying to get up in his falsetto. And nobody got time for that. So he's getting sued now, and he should be sued for that he should be sued for that messy performance he delivered. And nobody got time. Wally performed. Wally was good. What's her name? Jill Scott. I've never seen Jill Scott performed. I enjoyed her performance, talking about how beautiful Black men were, and how she will care for a man and carry a man on her back, and she loved love, and she was deep into Black and Black love and caring for Black men. So that. You want to know something funny though? Jill Scott was one of my favorite performances. The woman, sorry, can sing. I enjoyed her, but she was up there running behind this man talking about "I love you." I don't know who this man was, but period. Marsha Ambrosius was there. I didn't get to see her croaking, but I did. I love Marsha Ambrosius and I love her voice. I know a lot of people don't. And that's the review. I will put together a bunch of clips that I brought. I took a lot of film, and so I will put that together and put it out sometime. Maybe now, maybe never. Oh, do y'all want to see a snippet of something that I'm gonna post? This is gonna probably be members only, because my Discord told me that I need to be members only. Hey, Sin, welcome. I thought Rihanna said she's not doing music anymore. She better, she better drop something. She better drop something. So here, let me tell you. The other day, I went to Vanessa and I cooked for her. And we had a small discussion, but I don't feel like it's safe to put it on here. I'm just telling you all that now. So I'm going to post it, but I'm not going to put it on here. But I'm going to show you a snippet now. And I'm going to do I probably shouldn't have said this, but anyway, it's too late now. It's too late. All right, here it is. So I went over to her place and oh my God. Here we go. I was so proud of this, and my Discord told me that I shouldn't put it on here because it wasn't that great. That's what they told me. They told me that this was not great. So I went over to her condo to cook for her, and we had a discussion, and this is what she had to say. That a few might get dragged for it too.
I mean, dragging. The problem with dragging someone like me is I'd be like, yeah, you know, you're right. I mean, the pan's so small, I can't even fit all of them.
No, it's fine. Oh, do you have a bigger pot? Because I'm gonna need it too.
A pot or a pan?
Pan.
A new set because I got money. Period.
It feels like.
Sorry, I don't know what's wrong with me.
No. All right, that's all y'all get. So Not me promoting, not me selling member. I'm sorry, I'm joking. That's a joke. Detroit Diva, thank you so much. All right, let's get into what this video is about. Anyway, that was me warming up so that y'all can come in. Before we start, I'm gonna play the intro and then bring the guests on. I cook for her because I be cooking, and she does not cook. So yay! All right, I'm gonna play the intro, come back, and the guests will be on. Hello.
Hello.
Oh, someone said, what did I cook? I made lamb. So today we are going to do, there's a debate that happened in the Manosphere. It is so dusty. Let me show y'all. So I haven't seen this. Someone sent this to me and told me that I needed to review it because I reviewed something from this man before. It was a debate. And they're going to be debating red pill and red pill ideology. I don't know. I just read the topic. I have no clue what this is going to be. Miss Franny, welcome to the membership. Not y'all actually coming to the membership, period. All right. It's going to be a series, I think, where I talk to her about like things. So we're going to do that. But before we do, y'all know Marjorie Taylor Greene. Wait, introduce yourself. And then these are all people from the Discord, mind you. So, yeah.
The Discord you just lied on and said that we told you not to post that video? That Discord?
Y'all told me that it was disgusting and that I need to do better because it's not that great. And like, why do I think anyone care? So that's what I heard.
Demas lies so much on the Discord. Don't believe nothing that he says about us. It's not a ghetto Discord. We're very classy. We're some lovely ladies. Don't believe anything about it.
Speaking about ghetto, you remember Bleach Blonde Bad Built?
Can't forget her.
Body. Just know that Miss Crockett was not the issue. She was not the issue. This lady is. Listen to this woman. This is what our tax dollars are going to. This right here is what our tax dollars go to. This mess right here. I have a problem. I have a problem where people who are supposed to be leaders and professional and thoughtful show up in this specific way. And I do think something needs to be done about how the representatives in the House show up and question people and engage. So I'm going to play this. If y'all hear anything that you want me to stop for, let me know. The new calendar has been updated. Thank you, Kenny, for the help. It is in the community tab. Now, everyone is asking me one very specific question that I do actually need to address right now, because I don't want there to be any confusion. So I'm going to address this question right here, right now. So a lot of y'all have been asking me who this man is in March. A lot of y'all want to know who this man is in March. And I'm just going to answer this once and for all so you all do not question me. I just felt like putting it there. He did nothing wrong. There was no video. There is no video of him online that was leaked with him flipping his hair on his knees and having a family at home, wife and kids at home. That does not exist at all. He's not an ex-football player who may or may not have been caught on camera flipping his hair, doing something while his wife and children were at home. It may or may not have happened. So yeah. Do you remember this story, DJ?
What story? Yeah, no, that's just a good, wholesome Christian married man. Is a straight man. You know, he's the only time he gets on his knees is to pray. Period.
I can't believe y'all forgot. Anyway.
A very masculine man. Very masculine man.
Oh, hey V, hey Sin, hey everyone. Welcome, 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 welcome. All right, so let's go back to these people wasting our tax dollars.
Mr. Fauci, you were quoted on CBS Face the Nation saying it's easy to criticize, but they're really criticizing science because I represent science. Do you represent science, Mr. Fauci?
I am a scientist who uses the scientific method to gain information.
Yes, you said you represent science. Do you represent science, Mr. Fauci? Yes or no? Yes or no?
No, that's not a yes or no answer.
Yes, it's a yes or no.
I don't think it is.
Okay, well, we'll take that as a you don't know what you represent.
Oh,
But this, as director of the NIH, you did sign off on these so-called scientific experiments. And as a dog lover, I want to tell you this is disgusting and evil, what you signed off on, and these experiments that happened to beagles paid for by the American taxpayer. And I want you to know Americans don't pay their taxes for animals to be tortured like this. So the type of science that you are representing, Mr. Fauci, is abhorrent, and it needs to stop. Mr. Fauci, you also represent the type of science that where you confess that you made up the COVID rules, including 6 feet social distancing and masking of children.
I never said I made anything up.
You admitted that you made it up. You made it up.
I didn't say I made it up.
So are you saying this is fake news, Mr. Fauci?
I didn't say I made anything up.
What did you say?
I said that it is not based in science and it just appeared.
But this is science.
What does dogs have to do with anything that we're talking about today?
These are scientific experiments. This is what you signed off on. But you also told the American people they had to distance by 6 feet. They had to wear masks. But let's also talk a little bit further about the type of science that you represent. NIH scientists made $710 million in royalties from drug makers, a fact that's been hidden. Let's talk about the fact about, is it right for scientists and doctors getting paid by the American people, government taxpayer paychecks to get patents where they're paid millions and hundreds of millions of dollars in royalty fees, especially when the NIH and these government agencies, most powerful agencies in our country, are recommending medical suggestions and advice and making up guidelines like 6 feet distancing and masking of children. Do you think that's appropriate? Do the American people deserve to be abused like that, Mr. Fauci? Because you're not doctor, you're Mr. Fauci in my few minutes. No, I don't need your answer. I want to talk about this right here.
Mr. Chairman,
Fauci, I reclaim my time. I reclaim my time, Mr. Raskin.
Gentlelady will suspend. Mr. Chairman, of order. Just in terms of the rules of decorum, are we allowed to deny that a doctor is a doctor just because we don't want him to be a doctor?
Yes, because in my time, that man does not deserve to have a license. As a matter of fact, it should be revoked and he belongs in prison.
Suspend. The gentlelady should recognize the doctor as a doctor.
Thank you. Mr. Chairman, is this what we have become? Is this what we have devolved into? No decorum.
You know what? We can do that hearing about the poor men that were injected with syphilis because I support you in that. That's horrific. And this government that does things like that to Americans doesn't have decorum to the American people.
Mr. Chairman,
the gentleman is out of
point of regular order, please.
The gentleman is out of order.
I don't even speak about Dr. Umar. I'm done with this. Like this. It doesn't matter where you fall on the political aisle. To disrespect someone in this way is wild to me. And in this public professional setting, I'm only bringing this up because there were some people, not a lot, thankfully, who pointed out that calling her a bleach blonde, bad built, butch body was disrespectful and below the Senate, the House, sorry, and below the legislation. And we are wasting money and people needed to be more mature and learn how to act professionally. There is nothing about this woman, that is professional. There's nothing about her that knows how to show any kind of respect. She does not care for anything about decorum. She is only posturing to get her base riled up for no reason. There is, I think, a conversation to be had about the ways in which we might have mishandled the pandemic, right? There are legitimate questions about how we should have operated. Did we follow the Obama era preparedness and preparation schedule for a pandemic? Essentially, we were being prepared for this professionally, and it seemed like we kind of ignore a lot of what was set up in the Obama era group, right? In the Obama era preparation. So I don't know necessarily what the right answer is about the vaccine, about mask, about social distancing, about being at home and not being able to go to school or work and having kids removed from kind of social interaction for such a long period of time. There's a lot of questions and maybe it was the best thing to do, but talking like this does not get to any of those kinds of questioning. And I don't understand why this is being used as a political blowhorn. I don't understand that. And in such a disrespectful and reductive way. So that's my final thoughts. Do you all have any thoughts here before we get into what we need to talk about?
I just want to note that she can get away with this disrespectful and unprofessional behavior because she's white. Period.
Yeah, no. Yeah, because people, I remember her cursing at reporters. And I had to bring that up because they were talking about how calling her a bleach blonde, bad built, butch body was so low, but they forget this woman is like legit. She causes a lot of drama wherever she goes. She reduces the space that she occupies. No one else does that for her. Her existence in the way she exists is the problem that removes decorum. COUTH, because you can't spell it either. Sorry. Yeah. So that's that on that. All right. Let's get into the mess. So this is supposed to be a debate. Oh, wait, DJ, did you want to add something or move on?
Oh, no, honestly, I'm just matching your sentiments. They know that she's disgusting. They know she's inappropriate, but it's because she's on their side why they just try to make excuses for it. It really is as simple as that. I was just trying to get to the bottom of what the purpose of that quote unquote interview was supposed to be, because why are you asking him questions but then not giving him the opportunity to answer? How is that a slam dunk? How is that a gotcha moment if he literally has no ability to even respond? I don't want to curse. It's an S show. It's a crap show. And she's talking about the taxpayers' money, what we're paying for and what we're not. I don't want to pay your salary either, to be quite honest with you. Like,
while wasting it.
Yeah, you're literally just wasting it, just being a nuisance. So she doesn't necessarily, in my opinion, she doesn't get to talk to a Dr. Fauci or anyone else for that matter. You're just as useless, if anything, if not more.
I also dislike when people try to remove your work and your professional degree from your name because they disagree with you. Like, the work is done, and unless he does something to remove it, ain't nobody got time for that.
Well, I can't imagine any other group of people being able to act like this, and everyone's kind of going with it, and it's fine. I can't imagine this being okay for any other group of people.
Yeah. And I feel like that's also part of like one of my biggest issues. When Jasmine or Miss Crockett, I don't know anyway, you know who I'm talking. When she spoke, everyone is up in arms. Oh my God, how dare you? No, how dare you? Because she was standing up for herself, and she didn't call her a bleach blonde, bad built butch body. She said, would it be right if someone were to refer to someone else like that? It was a question, Kenny. It was definitely. She is a bleach blonde, bad built butch. Let me stop. All right, so let's get into this debate. At the end, we are gonna have to vote again, right? We are going to have to figure out who won. So let's get into it.
I'm sorry, one question, because are my eyes deceiving me, or is this nearly 3 hours long?
We're not gonna watch all of it. Let me speed it up.
Okay, period.
We may or may not come back at a later date if it's good. If it's bad, girl, we're gonna have to struggle through. But if it's good, we might come back.
Super chat, out loud to the audience. Other than that, let's get into the first video. Hef, if you could click screen share and then go to that first one.
Hey, girl, what is this? Yeah, weird.
I wanted to be like, wait 1 second, let's start with the braids. But I was like, let me stop. Let me not even.
No, he could be the good one. Let's not do that. Let's give it time.
5 hour live stream on. Girl, you know I didn't pause this video. Whatever they're doing, girl, they weren't ready. He wasn't ready.
Jeremy, you let me know about the play this right now?
The video is about to start now. This the inbox one, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right now.
Girl, the struggle is real. The struggle is real.
And Hef, let me know when that's done too. Like 4 minutes though. Actually, look, it's right now.
Shut up.
I guess we might as well just talk. I don't know what's happening. Girl. Who sent this to me?
What's going on? Like,
Ooh, we're off to quite the start.
I'm already very much invested. Mhm.
Yeah, what this be? What this be? I see Candace Owens over in this corner is messaging a girl cheating. Oh,
Oh, Lord.
girl, the king's internet.
Go ahead and skip a couple. Check that speed while you're at it too. Is there like
Let's talk about trying to get to an understanding, come together. Not no but a woman can't really have a grown man conversation. It's only like that because of men. If more men, like, you know what, I'm not just gonna be slinging my thing anywhere. I'll make sure it's one woman. You didn't even have no problem with this situation because, as you know, a relationship and marriage, that's basically on us. She have more options as far as somebody trying to sleep with her, but men have more options of an actual relationship because women are consistently trying to put us in committed relationships. They demand it. Well, y'all just this tit for tat. A woman can, bro. Shut up, bro. Because as an attractive guy myself, like a lot of other guys are attractive. You ain't gotta see it. I'm gonna see it. My confidence don't lie with you. It lie with me. I have a lot of options.
I do.
It's not just my looks.
Yes.
I have a lot of options. So what are you referring to? 9 times out of 10, I have way more options than my woman do. Or any lady I'm talking to. So you talk about the guys who don't get women, the guys who are not attractive, the guys who don't know how to talk to them. Not those guys. Gotcha. Be cool, take these. Yeah.
All right, bet.
I'm sorry, is the quality up all the way?
Girl, they said this is 1080p. Girl, whatever they're doing over there is not working. You know, you can't be streaming and talking at the same time on some internet.
This feels very low budget. I don't know what's going on.
But ad hominem, let's get into the actual substance of these intellectuals.
All right, chat. So y'all just seen Jeremy L. Holloway, and put a 1 in the chat if.
All right, I already feel like I'm gonna disagree with him. So, like, get your pen and paper out so we don't have to keep pausing it. I don't know what the debate is. So, period.
What's blue pill again?
Regular people, the uninitiated. The people who do not know the truth of women.
I thought I expected braids to be red pill, but blue pill definitely just.
No. The way he just said, means he is red pill. He is red pill. I am 100% sure he's the red pill person. I just don't know if the other person is blue pill.
Okay, got you.
If y'all actually heard the audio clear of that video, just wanted to make sure it was clear. I know it was playing, but just want to make sure it was clear. Put a 2 in the chat if it wasn't clear. Because we're going to play another video too, so I just want to make sure we have it perfectly right for y'all. So 1 in the chat if the audio for that video was clear. Okay, we got some ones. So the video was super, super clear. Okay, but so we was actually, man, we had this debate scheduled about a month ago, right?
Yeah, it was something like that.
Yeah, about a month ago.
Yeah.
So just to give y'all some background on how this came about. So Jeremy L. Holloway, he reacted to a few of my videos, I believe, and I had some of my supporters send me the video. When I got the video, I reached out to Jeremy. I said, hey, man, let's do a debate. He said, okay, cool, let's do it. We started to do a virtual debate, and where you reside at?
Atlanta.
Okay, so he was in Atlanta at the time for the virtual. Have you good? Virtual. He was he was in Atlanta, and we were going to do the virtual debate. And something happened with the live stream, so we decided to do it face to face, man. So thanks for coming, bro. Thanks for coming, man.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, bro, it's dope. So we'll get into a few of these topics here. So if y'all heard that video, I did take down some notes because it was a lot he said, and I wanted to touch on a few of the things. So definitely understand your perspective as far as cheating is cheating. Right? Cheating is cheating. And, because it's like, okay, if you murder someone, you murder someone. You still killed someone. That's pretty much what you were saying in the beginning part of the video, right?
I guess I didn't hear the beginning part, but I want you to finish.
Yeah. Got you. So, well, what I summed up from what you said was cheating is cheating. If you messaging a girl, that's cheating. If the woman is messaging a man, that's cheating. If the man is messaging a girl, that's cheating, because that's what that lady said in the beginning of the video. She said, is it cheating if a man is messaging a woman? I said, okay, well, it's much different. Got it. So I never said that it was cheating or not cheating. I just said that it's different. Right. So I was extrapolating the differences of cheating versus a man and a woman. So on that video, for the clip that I was speaking about, just to give y'all some context, I was speaking in a sense of how it is, not how it should be, right? Sure. So how it should be, should a man be messaging another girl if he has a girlfriend? He shouldn't be doing that. You get what I'm saying? How it is niggas gonna slide in some DMs if the opportunity presents itself. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's just one point I wanted to make. Also, another point I wanted to make on that, it's in a man's nature to be attracted to a woman with their eyes, right? Men are attracted to women. Men fall in love with their eyes. Women fall in love with their ears, right? That's why the porn industry is a huge industry, because men purchase porn because it's visual, sexuality. Strip clubs is a thing because men, we want that, that feminine energy. You know what I mean? We want that visual. So men tend to fall in love with their eyes. And on the flip side, women tend to fall in love with their ears. That's why a man, he can make an OnlyFans too, like a woman can, but it's not a lot of buyers. He's not going to have a lot of people purchasing his OnlyFans. Maybe a few of the other community, but not of the straight community purchasing his OnlyFans. So that tells you. And then also one of the best sellers, 50 Shades of Grey, right? That was on the bestsellers list. It's still on the bestsellers list. And that's a book about intimacy with a man and a woman, but it's you have to read it, right? Because that's how women fall in love with their ears, or reading something. So men and women are just different from a nature standpoint on the attraction triggers, right? Men, we're visual. Women, it's like you got to raise them up. You got to say the right things, and they'll be attracted. So I wanted to break down that difference. So now when we put into the differences of the man and the woman and how they see one another, and when we're speaking about a man messaging a woman, like sliding in her DMs versus a woman messaging a man sliding in his DMs, well, it's much different, because the man is sliding in a woman's DM because it's a natural propensity for him to be attracted visually to a woman, right? Mm-hmm. So men, we all know that men pitch themselves and women advertise themselves. Mm-hmm. You agree with that? Right. Okay, cool. So a man pitching himself, that's something natural because he's naturally attracted to a woman. If a woman is sliding in a guy's DM, well, you're going out of something that's unnatural, because women don't normally slide into, of course they slide in guys' DMs, but it isn't as normal as it is when guys slide in DMs. You know what I'm saying? So if a woman has a man and she's sliding in a guy's DM, she's going out literally outside of what's natural. She's not acting like, like I said, her nature is she falls in love with her ears. She's falling in love with her eyes. So that means that her man is inadequate in some way. So she really don't like her nigga like that. So she's messaging this other person. Right. But on the flip side, we could truly love our girl. But it's something about the nature within the man to just be like, not saying that it's right. No one's saying that this is how it should be. Right. We talk about this is how it is. It's something about the nature of the man. He's still acting within his natural proclivity. And I got a shorty, I love her, but dang, this one right here, let me slide in real quick. Mm-hmm. So when we compare the two on cheating, it's like, okay, what the man was doing and sliding into a woman's DM, okay, it's wrong, yes, but he still is capable of loving his girl, right? But a woman, if she's sliding in a man's DM and she has a girl and she has a man, you're going outside of what's natural. The only reason why a woman will be doing that is if her man is lacking to some degree, or if she just fully fell out of love for the dude and she's looking for a better option. So when we compare like what's truly cheating, like it's like this is treason. Like what's truly treason, it would be the woman is treason because there's no going back. Like she don't like you like that, my boy. But for the man, it's like, well, we can still truly love our girl, but maybe wanted to see what's up with shorty over here. Right. And I'll lay my plane there on that part.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So first, I don't think all
trash, all trash. Just garbage.
Wow.
Dear Miss Encha, let the man's hand job each other in peace, please. Shout out to Samantha, always. Two flames is twin flame, sorry. No, it's not 5 hours. Thank you. All right. So
Wow. So much
hopefully
to
we were
unpack.
taking notes because like people are like, oh my God, stop pausing it so much. Stop pausing it so much. It's really difficult when people are like compounding misinformation. So like you want to dissect each, and so I try to stop after each misinformation.
Mhm.
And that's very difficult to do if you want to let them talk, because like every sentence feels like a misinformation. All right. So first of all, Red Hat is from Atlanta. I just noticed
I wrote that down as well. I wrote that down as well.
Same.
Why you wrote that down?
Same.
Because it was it's relevant.
It's very obvious.
It's relevant.
All right, let's answer their first question. Is cheating cheating? I don't think cheating is cheating. The reason I don't think cheating is cheating, I think there are different kinds of cheating. I think there are different levels. I think there are different kinds of harm. I think that downstream consequence for cheating can dictate how you feel about said cheating. So I don't think cheating is quote unquote cheating. So I would agree with them in just the answer, not what their answer is predicated on. Cheating is not just cheating. Cheating differs based on the circumstances, the consequence, the involvement in terms of passion and all of that, how much it repeats, and with whom you're cheating. I think all of that adds up to kind of figure out how severe this cheating is. But I do believe all cheating is bad. All right. Do you all disagree with that, or do you want to add anything to that?
I agree. You can go ahead, DJ. I pretty much agree with all that.
No, I agree.
right.
I agree as
Go
well. There are definitely levels of cheating, and they when it comes to severity, for sure.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So the issue now is there a difference between men and women cheating? Should those be seen differently? And that's the question Braids was attempting. Braids was attempting to answer the question, and he thinks that a woman cheating is treason, where a man, and thus she does not love her man if she cheats. I actually agree with this. I think if you cheat, you don't love your partner. However, I don't just make it the woman. I do actually believe both. If you cheat on both ends, you don't appreciate or love the partner. Therefore, the idea that women can cheat because if they do, they don't love their partner, but a man can actually love their partner and cheat is absolutely wild to me. Do you guys want to go into any specific part of what he just said, like what he said went through?
Yeah. For one thing, and I'll be quick, Akilo. The points he made were not points; they were statements. A man, you can't say point one, a man is going to take the opportunity to slide in a woman's DMs. What is your point? And he says this more than once. Men slide in DMs because of his natural attraction to women. Okay, so gay men don't exist. Got it. Bi men don't exist. Got it. Asexual men don't exist. Got it.
In his world, homosexuality would be a perversion, and thus, because he even said the other team, because he created.
How certain are you that it's a perversion to him?
I mean, because he said it's the other team, and when people there's language triggers, which means that by perversion, I mean he's excluding them from the conversation. This is strictly in the context, it seems, of a heterosexual kind of relationship, because he says men fall in love by their eyes.
I was just going to
women fall in love with their ears.
I was just going to.
That don't make sense to me because I don't think.
I said it makes no sense whatsoever.
Yeah, because I don't think this is love. You're not talking about love in any meaningful way here. This is not that you see someone attractive does not mean you love that person. That you want to be in bed with someone does not mean you love that person. And so saying that men fall in love with their eyes is wild, because also women find men attractive. And by virtue of the man being attractive, they would want to be with that man even for the night. So the idea that women don't use their eyes when it comes to um, men being appealing is absolutely wild. Like, attraction is not itself love. And that's where I'm confused as to what they mean by love when you're engaging in the idea that women fall in love with what they hear and men fall in love with what they see. That's not true. There are men who make money off of their beauty, and they're not just dating other men, they're dating women. There are women who find men beautiful and will throw themselves at these men and actually take care of these men financially. And because it doesn't happen a lot insofar as it is the norm, it is the norm in the Black community, mind you, but because it's not the norm generally, does not mean that it doesn't happen or that it's not quote unquote natural when women have been socialized very differently than men. You can't claim it to be biological when the socialization indicates something different. Anyway.
I was going to bring up 2 points. One point is them saying that it's natural for them to slide into a woman's DMs. One, it may be natural to feel attracted to someone, but the natural ability to click your fingers on your phone, and then the natural ability to look her up on Instagram, and then the natural ability, like all of that is stuff that you're still physically doing, which you don't have to do, right?
Yeah.
Like just because she's attractive, and then I move on with my life. You're saying that like it's my nature to put me in the car and drive to her house, like all of that is just like actions that you're taking. So that whole like I'm propelled to her is very weird to me. It's like they're completely giving up control over their bodies, and they're just like, oh, the spirit takes over me, and it just like that. None of that actually tracks.
Yeah, the natural feeling of attraction does not then justify the actions taken to fulfill that which you feel, right? In the same way that most women, when they can look at someone and be attracted to them, are you saying that women are better able to understand the attraction and prevent themselves from acting out where men just are not able to control themselves? Because
that's what he's implying.
Yeah, it sounds like a lack of control because the action you take isn't the natural part. The natural part might be the feeling you get by the visual stimulation in the way Kilo just explained, but your actions after that are completely on you, and those aren't natural.
Yeah, exactly.
Weird.
They don't want us to be of that impression because it would behoove them for us to believe that they cannot control themselves.
DJ, we were just talking about this today, about the campaign that they're trying to run to try to convince women that it's a natural man's instinct to cheat on you. So if we can all get on code and convince these women that this is natural, then more women will start to allow us to do that. Exactly. It's a campaign, and they're all standing on code with it, that we have to convince the women that we can't control ourselves. It literally doesn't make any sense. My second point the 666 thing, right? The 6 foot, 6 pack, 6 figures. Obviously, you know that you're saying that women don't like you because you're short, then that means we must be visual. If you're saying that women don't like you because you ain't got a 6-pack, we must be visual. Like none of it is rooted in any sort of evidence. Like we were saying, actions are all things that we take to do something. And if you're telling me you can't control your actions, then that implies something more dangerous.
Yeah. Oh, no. Yes. If you are saying you can control that it is natural that I act, not that I feel, but that I act, that is a problem. And you need to be tamed in the most diabolical sense of the word, tamed.
Right.
Outside
and
Go ahead.
Just to revisit you talking about love, I think he was misspeaking, because what I got from that was falling in love, meaning wanting that person physically, right? So what he was implying is that all a woman has to do is be attractive and a man will want to lay down with her. Whereas a woman, a man must have to charm her into like charm her clothes off,
Which
right?
is not true.
Which is not only not true, but also it complete like just getting back to the 666 thing. Why would I care about your size if all you need to do is charm me into the bedroom?
Yeah.
Right.
So already we're only a couple minutes in, and a lot of what he's saying is clashing with one another, and it's just going to continue.
Because isn't he also saying that, oh, you guys, the men who don't look as good, y'all not showing them any attention. So you must know that the ugly men that you claim that we're overlooking, the nice guys, there's obviously a visual component. So it's all nonsense. It's all nonsense.
All right. I feel like men slide into DMs equals natural. Women slide into DM equals not normal. He used the word normal here, but normal and natural are not the same. They're not interchangeable. And the fact that I don't know if he intentionally did this or he misspoke, but that is something he does need to clarify. Women pitch them. I'm not getting into the women pitch themselves foolishness. It is weird that in the conversation about 50 Shades of Grey, he's saying women bought the book, not that it was written for women's fantasy, but he said, this is him, they had to read it, therefore it was for women. That is wild.
For our ears. We read it with our eyeballs, but it was for our ears.
We read it with our ears and fell in love. And it was a book on intimacy. Are you joking? That is not the point of 50 Shades of Grey. What?
But he didn't read it. He did not read it. And he definitely said it was, you had to read it. Therefore, it wasn't for men.
But men are visual creatures, and men are visual creatures, though, and there's a movie. Why didn't you at least see the movie? Leave the
Why
book
I didn't
to the
pull
woman.
up? Why I didn't pull up to the movie? Also,
but thinking that it's about intimacy is insane.
The fact that he starts.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, the fact that he starts off by saying he's talking about what is, not what should be, and then goes on to explain that men can love you, and there are men who truly love women, but slide into other women's DM and try to cheat, right? And the fact that he's pushing this, that says, the thing he's pushing again is what you all just talked about, the campaign for women to accept that men can love you and cheat. It's fine. They love you. They chose you, but they can cheat. I think that is diabolical, because if you believe love is about caring for, appreciating, and committing to someone in any capacity, let's expand the meaning of love to whatever you want. Now you have to define love for me.
Mm-hmm.
You have to define. You don't get to say you can truly love someone and intentionally harm them. Cheating on someone is intentional harm.
Right.
I don't believe that's consistent. I don't think it is consistent with love to be harming the person you claim to love. I am sorry, that doesn't make sense. You can harm mistakenly, but you cannot act in a way that intentionally causes harm to the person you claim to love. So when he says a man can truly love a woman and cheat on her, i.e. go in someone else's DM, I think that's wild. I think that is out of line and wild.
Not only that, but if, let's say, I were to believe you, I were to take your word for it because you are a man, I could turn around and say, take it from me, I'm a woman. Woman can cheat and still love her man. Can't I do the very same thing you're doing? Yeah. If I'm going to hold you with high regard because you're speaking from the man's perspective, you have to allow me to speak from mine. Women can cheat and love their man. Okay, what now?
Well, that's not in your nature, so he wouldn't. But let me tell you what bothers me. Let me tell you what's actually diabolical about this. There was a certain time in history where there's very horrible stereotypes about Black men were being perpetuated. One of them being violent sexual nature that they cannot control.
Yeah,
compared to animals. So it really upsets me that they now invoke those stereotypes. They're proud of it. And it's like, you don't know how you look.
And that's the problem. When you say men have to do this and this is natural for them, the lack of control, the action after the feeling, you are telling us that you can't control yourself. You are telling us that you need to be disciplined. You're telling us that we need laws to put you in your place. You're telling us that given the chance that you will take advantage of people who are women in particular. And so are these now stereotypes, or are you going to bake the truth about lack of control in your paradigm around biology for men? Because I disagree with this. I think you can control yourself.
Absolutely.
I think you don't want to. I think you don't want to be disciplined. And you are going to convince, i.e., the campaign Kilo and DJ were talking about earlier, you are going to convince women to accept you cheating and not have you rise to the level of self-control. It
But
ain't
where does
even
it
that
end?
high.
Where does it end? Where does your lack of self-control that we're all supposed to accept, where does that end?
Yeah.
Does it end when you force yourself on me? Does it end when you're stalking me? Like, where is the self-control? Where does it begin? What am I supposed to excuse?
Yeah.
That's the scary part for me, that this explanation gets very scary to me.
Agreed. If women were not visual, Black women wouldn't be so stuck on the first thing they love is always physical. Not only that, but in the Black community, the idea that you have to build yourself up as a man before you can have access to women is just completely destroyed. It is destroyed completely. And so I think this is wild, specifically coming from these two. Well, actually, that's not fair. I don't know what Red Hat says yet.
But what's to stop a group of people, certain groups of people, from looking at men like this and going, well, you're telling me you can't control yourself, so then let me help you control yourself. Let me put laws in place so that you can feel controlled and we can protect X, Y, and Z people, because you're telling us that you cannot control yourself.
All right. So the first thing from the first guy that we need to write down is, he says men lack self-control when it comes to women. Natural. All right. Let's hear the rebuttal. Red Hat, don't fail us. I'm assuming you're the simp. I'm assuming you're the simp, girl. Let's go. Let's go, Red Hat. Let's go.
All cheating is the same. I don't think the way you first said it, cheating is cheating. Like, no, I'm the guy to say the complete opposite.
Okay.
I always tell people, which I get a lot of pushback from, is there's levels to cheating. All cheating not the same, which is why you have people that be trying to figure out whether they should leave or not. You know what I mean? Like, so I tell folks all the time, there's certain things you won't take if they were cheating. And for no, cheating is cheating. I was like, okay, if they're cheating is cheating, okay, let's do this then. Now, as ladies, I say, ladies, if you walked in on your man with another woman, you gonna leave? Whatever. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not pausing for commentary. I'm gonna pause because I need to slow him down, because I don't understand what's happening. Sorry. I have an accent. My ear is tuned to different accents, but I'm not good at this accent. So I'm going to slow it down. Sorry.
All right, cool. It did the same thing if you walked in on your man with another man. It's the same thing. He's still cheating. He's still sleeping around. But how do you see that? Mm-hmm. It's completely different. It's levels to certain things you just can't come back from. You know what I mean? So in that video, as you were talking, I was trying to remember it. My whole standpoint is, a lot of folks be still trying to figure out what's cheating and what's not cheating. And within the basis of trying to get to know one another, if whatever your idea of cheating is in the beginning, say what it is. So if you say inboxes is cheating, okay, we've established that inboxes is cheating from the beginning. So if you do hop in the inbox, we've already said it's cheating. You see what I'm saying? Because a lot of people look at cheating as just, it's just intimacy. But then you also have somebody, I was just going out to date. I was going on dates with her. We never slept with each other. We never did this with each other. We never did this. So I didn't really cheat. But you have somebody who would view it that way, though. So that's what my whole point in the video was, that if more people in the so-called getting to know each other stages, the people who so-called, I know how to break it down. Okay, you know how to break somebody down and know how to talk to somebody in the first beginning stages, identify what you consider cheating and say what that is. So if y'all ever cross that path, it's no discussion of what that cheating is, because you already said that's what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally agree. So you're saying that setting the boundaries in the beginning of the relationship is what's most important, because if you go outside of those boundaries, well, then it's okay, you're cheating.
Right.
Yeah, and I agree with that part.
Because it's just like this, bro. Like, I don't think all cheating is cheating, because I've been around people who, it's couples where, he can go sleep with another woman and she can go sleep with another man, but don't they wear protection and they know about it. They call it open relationships, but they don't go for everybody though. You know what I mean? Everybody got their own sense of what cheating is. That's why it's always this big conversation about cheating, because everybody has their own input of what cheating is. And if you got your own input of what it is, verbalize that in the beginning so that person know what you consider cheating, and then y'all move like that instead of just saying, "Oh well, men," or "Well, women." It's like, bro, because it's women who don't move. There's a lot of women who don't move like that. There's a lot of.
All right. Sorry, not a commentary. I'm going to let it play, but I do need to pause because I need to say this. I think he's thoughtful. I don't know yet. I'm going to probably eat my words here, but I think he might be more thoughtful. He's just not very good at like expressing it. I'm trying to figure out if it's like, I don't know why I feel like he's not good at explaining himself, but I think I'm understanding what he's saying. I agree. Not all cheating is not the same. I agree with that. The couples get to define what cheating is and define the boundaries of their relationship. I agree with that. I don't disagree with anything that he has said thus far, I don't think. But I also am not quite sure I understand fully what he's saying. So let him finish, unless DJ, you want to add something.
No, I mean, honestly, I do agree that he may not be the best at articulating his points, but I understand what he's saying. What you got from it is what I got from it. And he's basically saying, stop generalizing, stop saying cheating is one thing for men and one thing for women. Let the two people in the relationship determine what cheating is. Set that boundary from the start so that they're both aware, right? And so you can't say, well, I didn't know this was cheating later on. Have that conversation early on so that you could ensure that you're on the same page. Now, I might be getting ahead of myself, but my question is, I already know how the other one would answer, but if I consider, let's say, sliding in somebody's DMs cheating, that means that whatever boundary I set is going to be for us both. I'm not going to agree to more rules than you do, but I have a feeling that Braids is going to say, oh, well, no, laying down with a woman, that's cheating. For you, you shouldn't even like talk to men type of thing. Like that's kind of just the vibe that I get from him. That's why I kind of see this going, but I could be wrong.
Yeah. I don't know if Kilo is still there, but
I'm here.
Women
Go
who
ahead.
still have side and still love her man. And I know it may not seem like it's true, but there's a lot of dudes who just can't step out on a woman without automatically not loving her like that no more. So I try not to speak for men.
And let me ask you a question. So I know you said that people have open relationships, right, and they the woman can be having sex with someone and she has a condom. You make sure the man is using a condom.
Yeah, it's like rules. Yeah.
And the man is making sure he's using a condom with the woman. And you're saying you believe, so these people, I'm saying this, there are people out there and they have these relationships and it's open on both ends.
Right.
And they say that is not cheating, right? And do you believe that is not cheating?
If it's not what I believe, if that's what they consider it not being cheating, then it's not cheating. Because cheating is, for most people, cheating is being dishonest about something that you're doing.
Got you. Yeah. So well, we have to be able to differentiate things and break it down real clear. So you said that a man is a relationship that's open on a man's end, okay, and a relationship that's open on a woman's end. Both of those, they're both doing their thing with different partners. And you're saying that if they agree that it isn't cheating, you would still believe that it isn't cheating.
Yeah, because that's what they say it ain't.
Yeah, so I totally disagree with that because people say anything. I don't believe human beings at all. So
we don't believe you, sir. What?
That's wild. That's a wild take that he thinks his definition of cheating is what matters.
Because people just talk. You mean the way that you've been doing up until this point? Like, wow.
Let me do cheat.
So only his definition of cheating matters. Whatever you say, he can't believe it. It means nothing to him. Only what he says matters. So then what's the point of us talking?
But it's very specific to the woman, though. Very specific, because he said, like, if the guy sleeps with someone, cool. But if the woman does, and then he was hesitant, like it's not that serious. Cheat. It's the same act.
Cheat. Act dishonestly or unfairly in order to gain an advantage. Blah blah blah. relationship. Let me do cheating. Well, it's going to be the same thing. It is the dishonesty that in the context of a relationship, it's if you are lying about what you're doing and there was not an agreement, if you break your agreement, then you're cheating. It is not. So if you all are in a relationship and you decide, I am going to go and do this, and you all agree that you can do it, it is not cheating. I don't care who's doing it. If the man does it, if the woman does it, if there's an agreement that you can do it, you did not cheat.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Right, because it's about how the two people that are in the dynamic see it. Now, here's the thing though. If you don't believe in open relationships, right, and you consider this cheating, you should consider both of them cheaters, not just the woman.
But I feel like Braids only think it's the woman. And I need him to justify it. But I'm not going to put words in his mouth, but like, I feel like that's what he's about to say. So let's see.
You have to be able to differentiate things. So men and women,
was cheating.
I can tell, a lot of people don't believe in God. And I tell people like, you're an idiot. You're an atheist. They believe in nothing. Well, yeah, I believe we came from a rock and it's like nothingness. Well, that's stupid. But they don't believe in God. So you're going to believe in nothing, but not believe in something. No, where can nothing come from? Nothing comes from nothing. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
But God.
That is so dumb. You can believe that it comes from something and not believe that something is God. Now, you can also believe it is God, but it's not your God, right? You can believe that the ways in which the Big Bang occurred was something, but liken that something to science as opposed to godhood. Like the fact that you are thinking that they believe it doesn't come from anywhere is wild. To translate, I don't believe in God to mean I don't believe something came from, I believe something came from nothing is wild. The something that the something came from does not have to be God in your conception of God. Thus, atheists would be justified in believing that. Like, it doesn't have to be God. Now, you have another step to prove that not only did something come from something, but that something that produced the other thing is itself God, and that God is your God.
But don't you love how they know everything about God except for the part in the Bible about infidelity? They know everything besides that part.
Oh yeah, well that's
for the second time now, he has confused his own beliefs with indisputable facts. For the second time now, it's going to continue.
Yeah, but the thing, the part that annoys me so much is that, like, I don't like when people take a condescending tone when they are so surface level. Like, if I believe you to be an academic or smart, right? Like, I don't mind you being condescending, but like to say that atheists are idiots because something has to come from, they believe something came from nothing. No. Pump your brakes. What atheists are you talking about? And are they discussing that there could be a first mover and that the first mover is not the God of the Bible, but the Big Bang, right? Like, is that the conversation you're having, or are you saying they believe we just appeared and we appeared from nothing, and thus they're idiots to think that we appeared from nothing? Because you're gonna be hard pressed to find an atheist just believe, oh, we appeared. Like, right. I'm sorry. Anyway, we don't have to get into the religious part. Cheating can also be financial, dishonest trust. Yeah, I feel like you're cheating if you told me you had this much money and I'm kidding.
But why does religion always come up when this conversation comes up?
Yeah, I don't know. But I do know that this attack on atheists is wild. This is not how you attack atheists. And an atheist would mop the floor with him in a religious debate because it doesn't seem he understands it. And I don't debate religion, but yeah.
Created things. So people going to say whatever. So I don't believe people because people are there.
Girl, wait. Also, what do you mean you don't believe people and you bring up the fact of religion when he's saying, if you agree that going outside and sleeping with other people isn't cheating in your relationship, what do you mean you don't believe them? It's not cheating by definition, unless you define cheating. Because if you define cheating as deception and lying, right, they're not doing that. So in your own, give me a definition. You need to work with it. You need to provide a definition.
It's because his chest can't fathom the thought of a woman being with another man. So there is no scenario where a woman being with another man is not a betrayal.
Yeah.
It's the CIA even gave studies on it. 2% of human beings have the ability to have a perspective. 98% of human beings, they normally just have a perception, right? A perception is the ability.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna Google this because that don't make no sense. 2% of humans.
But let me guess, he is the only one of that 2% that's correct.
Yeah, I found it.
The CIA found that 98% of people are trapped in their own perception. So the 2% that live in perspective or learn to develop can manipulate everyone's perception. That they live, by the way, this is wild. And this is a rough number that is not, let me see this. Please don't tell me this is an opinion piece. Wait. Wait. Oh my God. This is about empathy. The key difference between the two concepts is empathy. And it's about manipulation of people. So politicians and entrepreneurs, salespeople, spies, or whatever, can manipulate other people who are less likely to engage in certain ways. Where's the methodology? Sorry, I'm going to need to do some more reading on this. But this is a wild statement to make. Just like this. 2% that lives, yes, people live from their perspective, and the perception can change, blah, blah, blah. CIA found that 2% live in perspective, which you can change. The perception of the world, whether true or not, certain people believe this can change based on blah, blah, blah. How many people are this? How did they get the 98% when they haven't? This is a pushback against the article that I'm calling it. They're pushing back against this because the CIA did not test anyone. This is just an opinion piece right now. It's an opinion piece, but okay, let's continue. I want to read this in more depth. More to come later.
To observe the world, observe the world, but it's very unique to you because it's your perspective. I mean, because it's your perception, right? A perspective is it's an art of observing the world outside of yourself, right? So 2% of people have the ability to that. So it's like, okay, yeah, I know I'm living in a perception is, okay, it's your own box and you are observing it. It's a subjective. A perspective is objective. You're looking outside of the box and observing the world around you. 2% of people have that. So I don't really listen to human beings. So let's just break it down. A woman that has, any man that is going to be with a woman and have it open on both ends, well, that dude he's a beta, he's a simp, and he's getting into the realms of the Will Smith area, right? We all know that we don't respect Will Smith. We looked at him at...
There it is.
No. I have to correct this. Perception is the process of interpreting through your senses, right? It's sensory information input, while perspective is the overall framework through which we view the world. So you can have the same perception, but different perspective. Perception might be different, but you can also have the same perspective even from a different perception. That we are talking about the CIA And the 98 in his mind, the 2% rather that live in perspective, you need to define, and not what he just did, what perspective mean in the context of this research. Perspective is in this way, learn to develop, right? Like it's about sort of developing oneself. And how you can develop your perspective on certain things, critical thinking, whatever. And I don't think he understands it. Like the way he's explaining it right now, and I haven't even read the study, but I know what the difference between perspective and what am I talking? Between perspective and perception. I know the difference between those two ideas, and his explanation is absolutely not accurate.
Okay, but let's say we are the 98% who are trapped in our own perceptions. If me and this person are both trapped in it together and we both perceive that this is not cheating, ain't we good then?
Yeah, no. That's actually really smart. But he's saying, but he has some objective measure of what cheating is. Okay, that's cute. That is cute. If you have some objective indicator for what perspective is, or rather what cheating is, define it. You know he's done everything but define what cheating is. Because as soon as he defines cheating, you can find a way around it to make sure that you are not cheating. That is his problem. He can't define cheating. If he defines unless he defines cheating as women, including women in it, like women stepping out of the marriage, he cannot define it in such a way to make it male, make it only a woman thing. He can't.
Yeah. No, that's what he's doing, and that is perspective. That is the reality. That is just what only the 2% see. The rest of the 2%. Yes, the rest of us 98%ers, we're foolish for thinking that we could be with men who are okay with it being open on both sides. The perspective is if the woman opens up her legs to anyone that isn't that particular man, whore. But
well, let me ask you this.
Determine it for ourselves.
Let me ask you this. If he's part of the 2% and we're part of the 98%, are we going to perceive what he's trying to tell us?
No.
I just want to make sure I'm understanding where the math is and like where we are. Because if you're
nothing.
It's not math.
Someone said, look at the dusty comments. Oh my God. I ain't doing that.
As you know, Will Smith in Independence Day, I, Robot, Legend, I Am Legend, Fresh Prince. You get what I'm saying? He had this charisma about him, this masculinity that all men and women just respected. Men wanted to be Will Smith, and other women wanted to smash Will Smith. Yeah. After it came out that his woman, Jada Pinkett Smith, was getting railed by another man, women really didn't respect him as that nigga, and men didn't respect him at all. The respect levels went down. Now we still appreciate his work. We still appreciate his work, but a huge, and it may not be you, but there are always, you got to be able to look outside the box. There's a huge community that don't respect Will Smith at all. I would say millions of men and women.
No, I don't think it's because she cheated. I think it's how he handled her cheating. I think that's why people don't respect him. It's not the fact that she stepped out and cheated. It was the fact that, he sat down and did a podcast with her. He sat down and she keeps spewing your name through the mud, and you keep on standing by supporting her. You slapping Chris Rock.
Yeah, no, I refuse to engage in the Will Smith convo. They can say whatever they want about Will Smith. I will not stop to engage with it at all.
You doing all this for a woman who don't love you like that. She keeps showing you she don't love you by talking about how much she loved Tupac. I think it's more of that than it was just her stepping out and cheating. See, though I said my view on Will Smith changed because it's like, bro, at some point you got to change though. Oh, for sure. It's for sure. But it wasn't because she cheated though. You see what I'm saying? Like you said, because she cheated. It wasn't the fact that she cheated because folks gonna do what they do. A woman stepping out and cheating on you ain't gonna change her perception of a man, but how he handled it would change your perception of that man. It was like, bro, how he handled the whole situation. It was like, bro, at one point you gonna grab your nuts, bro, my boy. At what point you gonna be like, you gotta chill. At what point you gonna stick your chest out, like sit your down. You feel me? And it's like, bro, you not doing it. You just letting her just say whatever and do whatever while you sit back and be quiet.
Yeah.
So I think that's the thing that made people look at Will different. Like, bro, where you at?
Yeah. And I agree with everything that you just said, because that is a factor as well. But when you extrapolate it out, A woman is a mere reflection of her man's masculinity.
Absolutely not. A woman is not
That's not
a
how
quote unquote
masculinity
mere.
works.
A woman is not a mere reflection of his man's masculinity. Girl, get out of my face. Get out of my
Because let me
face.
ask you this. Are you single, sir? Because if you are, what do you think that implies about your masculinity? If there's no woman there to be the mere representation or whatever
I
the hell
think
he said.
that would mean he exists as a man, but womanhood is meaningless outside of representing men. Like, that's what I think he believes. That's what I think is being said.
Well, I mean, but what he doesn't realize is that he's also saying that him as a man mean nothing without a woman.
No, that's what would logically follow, hopefully, in my mind, but that's not what he means.
No, he doesn't realize that that's what he's saying to people, though. Oh, she's a mirror of my masculinity. So when, like DJ said, when there's no woman there, I guess neither one of you exist.
No, period.
Also, I'm sorry, one more thing. He still didn't make a point. He just said he has yet to make a point. He says that a man who agrees to something being open on both sides is a simp, and we don't like simps. That's what he said. If someone can point out the point he's making, like, please let me know.
But let him extrapolate it out.
If he says that word one more damn time, if he says it one more time.
It is the out that has me gagging. But let's
repeat, a woman is a mirror reflection of her man's masculinity. So with Jada Pinkett and Will Smith, and with any couple that is open on both ends, that's just a mere reflection of the man's masculinity. That when a woman is totally different, you understand that when men and women, when they have sex, is different. We don't have to have that debate, right?
It depends.
Oh, okay. Maybe we can get into that then. So maybe we got to extrapolate it out and get to the root of it. So when a man is having sex with a woman and a woman is having sex with a man, do you think that it's the same? Meaning that, speak about that.
I think it varies depending on the man and the woman. And most people try to break it down like it's just really just two. Like women just, they have to have this emotional tie. And I'm like, no, not necessarily. I've had a lot of women, and it wasn't because of no emotional tie of why I had them. And I also know that a lot of men need emotional ties. Like a guy like myself, where I've had a lot of options, I've had a lot of women. I don't have the problem of the guy that don't really get a lot of women. You know what I mean? So when he couldn't, and I figured this out a few months ago when I went live, and I asked men what was a high body count, and I had men saying like 25, 30. And I'm like, that's high? That's what y'all consider high? And it really showed me that I'm not like most of these guys. They said some study said most guys have sex maybe.
I want to be on his side so badly, because like I hate when people are like, "Oh my God, you don't know how to speak," when they have something very much something going on up there. But the question is it the same for men and women? And you have a great answer. You can't just say generally, or you could speak generally, but it's so individualized for each man and each woman in each experience, right? So it's very difficult to say this, but are they the same when they engage? No, they're different. It's fine. Like, move on.
What I don't like about this argument, when this always comes up, I don't like how men are trying to tell women what sex means to us.
Yeah.
I don't understand that part. Like, you can't say, well, women, they think sex like this. It's like, you are not a woman. You have no idea what it means. Like, I don't understand how they're having this one-sided conversation, and they're trying to convince us of what it should mean to us. You're more emotional. You fall in love when you have sex, because they want that to be true.
Yes, they're speaking it into existence
as
the very group of people why the crime of passion was created.
Right.
I don't want to hear y'all talk about emotions. Y'all are literally the most emotional people. I feel like
the one group most likely to stop you.
Emotion. Anger is an emotion, people.
This is the one time when these men become neuroscientists. Yeah, they know how everything works. Like, I'm going to use neurobiologist instead of neuroscientist. And they know how everything, all the connections in your brain and body works, and the hormones that they know everything. This is when they know everything. I know they're wrong. And yes, I think it's wild. I think it's wild to tell women how they react and should react when
It's
they
very
engage
strange.
that way.
And they know everything about everything except getting a job, you know, doing something like everything about everything. But when it really counts, you don't know nothing about nothing. Like it's part of the campaign. They have to convince us women. We have to be convinced that we don't enjoy stepping out on our husbands, or we can't cheat. And if we're cheating, it's worse than men, so we should be shamed worse than them. We should be falling in love every time we have sex with these men so that they can use us and abuse us. Like, it's just every single time. 2L said he studied molecular biology.
Oh, so y'all just gonna leave me up here, huh? Molecular biology. It's interesting stuff. I give you that. You see, I'll give braids. I'll give braids one thing. Not really, but I'll acknowledge that braids is trying to be a 2%er because he's trying to manipulate people. He's just not doing a good job. They literally brought up salespeople, spies. You know what I mean? Like, oh, so you're trying to manipulate us into believing what you believe, and that will only work if we're not smart.
Girl, I got dragged by my friends for not being able to pronounce follicular.
Here, and it's like, wait a minute. So it's like if these are the average guys, if these are the 2-3 times a year, maybe he have a lot of emotion with his because he don't get it that often. Now the guys that may get it often, maybe I ain't got no ties to, baby. I'm just trying to get one off. And you have women. I've had women use me and be trying to keep me out the door. All right, go ahead, go on. And I appreciate it because I ain't got to lie to you. It's a lot of women that don't need that. Like, the thing about it, a lot of men assume women need these emotional ties because men approach them with emotional stuff to get them to lay down with them. So he get with us to be, oh, you know, man, I'm really trying to be that man. I'm looking for something serious. I'm doing this. And that right there is how they get the woman. Yeah. I learned that you don't have to do that. If you approach her on some, hey, baby, listen, I ain't trying to waste your time. Yeah. Boom, 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 boom. You know, I don't think you out here like that. I ain't out here like that. But I'm just trying to. They be on the same type of time, and women tell us, well, just say it. But guys don't know how to say it because they think, oh, I'm trying to smash, and they fail. Like, no, she don't want you to say that. She wants you to individualize you trying to sleep with her. So it's not just, oh, you would sleep with any woman. It's her. It's her you want. It's not any woman. It's not you just trying to get your stuff with. No, it's her. She's the one you want. And once you realize that, bro, women out here, they go on any sex like shop store. They got thousands of stuff for women. They may got 5-10 things for men. Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying, bro. So, hey, chat.
I have nothing to say. I mean, I don't disagree.
Wait,
that's all I got.
We just witnessed the
all the
brag.
sex toys for women indicate what?
I think what he's trying to say is that women like sex. So women can have sex without that emotional tie because they could enjoy the act itself. And all of the toys, the selection of toys is essentially proof of that.
I see.
Yeah, no. Are they women? The idea that women have to be emotionally attached to do this or that is wild when they are toys, actually.
Right, like we don't actually need you there physically.
Yeah, and the fact that they do it with toys, are they emotionally attached to toys? Oh, wait, so they can do it without being emotionally attached. No, at a human being. They probably can do that too.
And he kind of acquiesced, but then he just kind of like brushed it off and just went somewhere else.
Because I think he just wanted to slide the message into a humble brag. Like he wanted to say a few times, he wants us to know that he's been with a lot of women. We need to know that.
Mm-hmm.
This really not going to be a debate because it's a little bit and y'all see all the people that understand my ideologies and stuff like that. It's going to be a little bit different discourse. It's going to be more of like a teaching moment and learning.
Wait, who do you think is the teacher and who is the student in his mind?
In his mind,
he's the 2%. He's the 2%, Demon.
He's the 2%. Mm-hmm.
All right, let's hear it. All others he teach.
No, he said he's not going to get into it though. He said that's not why we're here.
Let him teach us. Go ahead.
Because we see the world much different. So it's like some of the things, I get what you're saying. Okay, you're putting the nail in a coffin before there's even like a dead body in there. Meaning that like you starting with the effects of everything instead of going to the cause. So every time I speak from things, I speak from a biological standpoint. So biology and also psychology. So the biology of a man and the...
Wait, did he just say, and also Scientology? I know this man did not just say he speaks from a biological and a Scientology perspective.
Psychological.
I'm stressed. No, I'm stressed.
Look,
I think
psychological, molecular,
I think he meant a scientific. I'm just gonna go ahead and say I think
he said psychological.
He said psychological. He said biological. Theological. Psychological.
What did I hear? I definitely hear Scientology. I heard Scientology. Let's go back. I heard Scientology. You're not going to convince me this man didn't say Scientology. Wait, did he not say Scientology?
He said psychological.
All right, let me hear it again.
Microbiological.
Let me hear it.
Because we see the world much different. So it's like some of the things, I get what you're saying. Okay, you're putting the nail in a coffin before there's even like a dead body in there. Meaning that like you starting with the effects of everything instead of going to the cause. So every time I speak from things, I speak from a biological standpoint. So biology and also psychology. So the biology of a man.
He did say psychology. He did say psychology. Apologies, young man. I didn't hear you. My headphones blocking you.
Well, let me ask y'all something. You put the nail in the coffin before the dead body's in there.
Just let him have it.
Let him cook. Let me let him cook. Yeah.
And the biology of a woman and psychology of a man and woman. So when we speaking from that point, we're dealing with the root of it. So when a woman has sex with a man, it's extremely different. She has to like the guy. So first.
Nope, not true.
No,
already,
untrue.
Nope.
Very untrue.
Nope.
Already off to a terrible start. First of all, how come you're not talking about male biology? He specified female biology and male and female psychology. Y'all caught that, right?
Hey, how are you this wrong? How are you like, oh my God, everything I do is from a psychology and biology, a biological standpoint. And like for a woman to sleep with a man, he has to like her. Okay, so prostitution doesn't exist. Do you think every prostitute like everyone they sleep with?
No, he must.
When you look at this like a campaign, it really all comes together because they're really trying to convince us, because at the end of the day, he keeps saying how women feel, how women are acting, how women are. Two L's. Two L's. Two L's to the corner. Now. 2 L's log off right now.
Y'all ain't right.
I was gonna say they just really keep saying how women feel. Everything is based on, you know what? I'm done.
Like sexual attraction is its own thing. It's its own thing. I don't understand why men like him think that they're the only ones who are capable of engaging with someone that they don't particularly care for, they're indifferent to. That is a human quality. We're all capable of that. We either just choose to or choose not to.
I have heard women say they did it because it was sympathy. Sympathy and feel I got this person here. That ain't right. That ain't right. I retract.
Not biology, but sympathy and payola. I love it.
He came all this way, so you know.
I've heard women say they were bored. I've heard women say they were afraid, which is wild. I like you don't have to like someone to sleep with them.
No. I mean,
man
black men do it all the time. They don't. They
but no. I think his argument is that men can do it and women can't.
Right.
Exactly.
So my issue with a lot of, I already said this, but my issue with it is just that it's very, he's trying to push all these characteristics onto us.
Yes.
Yeah. A man whose voice and body are mismatched can't think logically. Take his rhetoric with smallest grain of salt, table salt. Salt. Veronica has been a member for a month. Thank you. I have a lot of membership. I have a lot of membership stuff coming. I'm very excited.
I feel like he needs us to believe that, because in part of it, it sounds like ego. Like every woman who you sleep with is in love with you. Like what?
No,
well, hold on now. His body count could give 3, so let's simmer down. That could be his experience.
No, I don't. I think both of these men are above average in terms of attraction, and if they're in the Black community, they will have access to a ton of women, and they probably ran amok. I think they probably run amok in the Black community. And that one said 25 is not even high. So the other Red Hat he definitely been through this, whatever. Like he's just running through every, like someone say he's for the streets.
Yep. He's slinging it. He's slinging it for sure.
So
chat, just to real quick, because y'all hear the content all the time. So I'm just going to speak 2 ways and then I'm going to break it down. And you're going to agree with me, because this is what I'm trying to say. It isn't really going to be a debate. It's going to be more like a like teaching and learning moment. So when a woman, men, we are capable of having sex with someone that we hate. You agree?
For sure.
For sure.
Sorry. Y'all say y'all don't like pausing. I'm going to have to. I can't just do this. I'm not going to sit here and take notes. I'm going to pause when I want. And so can women.
So, did you just let this man little boy you? Because he definitely said, "Well, let's stop. Let's make this a teaching moment. Let me teach you." Did you just let this man?
No, he literally said, like, this is now not a conversation. This is I speak, you listen. That's what it gave, and I feel like he's trying to punk him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You just let him.
What you finna do about that, Red Hat? Like, you finna just speak that? Like.
Because he definitely said this is no longer a debate. You don't know nothing. I'm about to teach you.
Oh,
that's what I heard.
That's what I heard too.
They're pontificating if they're on it. They're pontificating as if. I don't see one attractive man on that podcast. Well, y'all the one deciding, not me. I feel like the way that I view men as attractive for women is very different than women view it for themselves. Because what I do to make that suggestion is I think whether or not that person will have access to a bunch of women. That's my claim. Because I mean, I agree, but who am I? I mean, I don't disagree. Thanks, and Kayla, welcome to the membership.
Sorry. Yeah, I was just going to say that this is about to take a turn that I don't think they wanted to, because for you to say that men can engage with a woman they hate, not a woman that they're indifferent to, a woman they don't care for, but that they hate. Now I'm thinking about the extent of the physical act itself. And we're right back kind of where we started about this giving uncontrollable, savage, animalistic.
Yeah, lack of self-control.
Yeah.
So y'all telling me that great value Amarian ain't cute? Yeah, I don't know if this is true. I'm asking y'all. Do y'all think great value Amarian is attractive?
I also wanted to bring up that when they say they can have sex with women they hate, I really hope Black women tune in and they stop saying that they know Black men love them because they sleep with them.
Period.
It's no longer valid.
Alone. Not you, sorry.
Sure. Like truly hate, meaning that we don't have to ever even meet the person. we could have sex with that person even if we hate their guts, right? Now, my question for you is, do you believe that a woman is capable of having sex with a man that she hates? Not saying that, don't start with the effects like, oh, she was in a relationship with a nigga, but now she don't like him anymore, but they still like having sex. Go to the root of it. So she just meets a man. Is she capable, and she hates this man, is she capable of having sex with that man?
Yes.
All right, he said yes. All right, never mind. Because where
But
I've
Like, does
women go
he?
out on dates with sugar daddy and meet them for the first time, hate them, and still do it because money.
But also,
I wasn't-
but also saying that I can have sex with women and I hate their guts is insane to say.
Yeah.
I don't think that's something you should be bragging about. I don't think it makes you look good at all. That's if I was another man, I would be like, no, nope, not me. Like that's not a quality. They're bragging about it, but it's not a good quality.
Yeah.
Okay, how is she capable of it?
Because she horny.
What would make the woman get horny?
She finds him attractive physically. She may hate his goods, may hate his personality.
Got it.
But she still.
So yeah, even you said so all of the things you just said, that all went to the effects of things. I didn't get to the root. So horny. Okay, well, what does it take to make a woman horny? We all know that men get turned on like a light switch. We can get horny very fast.
Okay.
Has he ever met a woman?
No. But this willingness to lean into self-control and the lack thereof is wild to me, because in any other circumstances, this would be a racist talking point. In any other circumstances, this would be an attack. But when you want to own that you lack self-control in this way and you can sleep with anything, when it's used against you, you don't then get to be upset about it.
Right. And then when women say we don't think it's a compliment that you want to sleep with us, they also get offended. But you're just saying that you can hate me. So why would I put value in that? If you want me to think that all men, when they could hate me and have sex with me, then when you say you want to have sex with me, why would I be impressed? Why would I want that? Why would I be excited for that?
I just don't understand why he's harping on hate.
Women, they get turned on like a dial knob. So
yeah, I'm sorry, I'll be quick. It's like I don't think you could just say, oh, we could have sex with someone that we hate. Like we have to get down to why you hate that person and why are those feelings so strong. I could see how a man like him will be capable of engaging with someone that he hates, because we know how common intimacy on the rougher side is. So chances are that's how it would be. What he fails to realize, though, is that there exists women who prefer it a bit on the rougher side as well.
Yeah.
And not only that, but again, women have eyes. So you think that if a woman goes to a place like a gym or something like that and sees men that are really in shape, that she has to have a conversation with him in order to be attracted to him? Like, really?
Yeah, well, also
it never gave that.
The same, but like, how can she have sex with a man she hates? Like, no, I'm not talking about in a marriage and she began to hate him. I'm talking about immediately when she said, who hates someone immediately when they see, like, what are you talking about? When you see someone and you've never spoken to them and I don't know nothing about them, it's their physical attraction. Like, how would I go to hate them? We haven't had a conversation. We don't talk.
Exactly. Like it just doesn't make sense too. And actually, I just thought about something else. It's not the most common trope, but I've definitely seen it in many movies, many shows, where like there will be two people who bicker. Oh, perfect example, Living Single, right? What's that couple? It was Kyle and it was Maxine, right? They were always bickering, always going at it because of the underlying sexual attraction to one another. Like, why is this lost on him? I just don't get it.
He's also emphasizing hate a lot. And I don't want that to be lost on anyone. He's letting women know that we hate y'all like that. Like, we can hate y'all like that and have sex with you. And I hope women, specifically Black women, are listening to this conversation. He's telling you that. Like, we can hate you. No, not dislike you. No, I'm talking about like hate. Like, he keeps focusing on the hatred, which is sick to me. The fact that you think it's okay as a person to have such a deep hatred for someone and then have sex with them says more about you than it does about that person. You're disgusting.
Yeah.
Ladies, let's admit we have discovered watching podcasts. We now have manga allergies. No more manga juice from the lips of kings. Hurry up and eat. Uh, Miss Dreamy Blush, I think. Welcome to the membership. Um, Love says, you've been a member for 22 months. Thank you. Why does he act like one night stands don't exist? Both parties are in it for the physical or sexual. The woman isn't in love, right? Like, it's not all, like, I don't like the way that biology in their mind is being used and weaponized, because I think a lot of this is socialization.
I was just gonna say, what evidence does he have? What scientific
The
evidence does he
bonding
have?
hormones that are released when you engage in that intercourse. But what he doesn't say, it's released when you eat ice cream and do all kinds of things also. And it's also released in men. That's what he doesn't say. And I don't know why he doesn't say that.
But he's also saying what we think. Where are you getting the data that these are the thoughts we're having?
Yeah, don't know. These men think that their tool is a punishment in their mind. They can use that tool to damage us. But if you are the punishment, how good can you be? I think. Yeah, which is what we like. I can hate you and I can use this against you. And so the act itself is some kind of dominance over a woman, right? As opposed to mutual pleasure. And that is a problem. The view, because he said grilling or raging or whatever he said when he was talking about what's his name, the famous actor with his wife who cheated, Will Smith. When he was talking about Will Smith, he was like, oh, someone else grilled or whatever, you're railed or whatever, you're a woman. And the language about what is done to women, right, in these kinds of interactions says something about destruction, domination, abuse,
It's
right?
always violent. Always.
Yeah, that kind of violent language means that you are harming the thing that you're engaging with, the thing being women. And so the man is performing harm, is abusing women. And that's how he views sex, which is bizarre.
Not to mention, actually, now that I think about it, Red Hat missed an opportunity to further prove his point because Will and Jada were separated at the time, or they were actually prior to August chatting business. It was pretty well known that they were in an open relationship where they both had an agreement. And the only reason why everything came to a head is because one of the people they were sleeping with, which was August, went and spilled tea, went on a whole tour about it, right? Had he kept his mouth shut, like, I don't think anybody would have gone into Will and Jada's business. So that's a perfect example of the two people in the dynamic determining for themselves what's appropriate and what's not.
Yeah. Clearly, men start at the base level of hate for all women and then it progresses from there. That's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing that these people just think of interaction with women as something dangerous for the woman, destructive to the woman, and abusive. That's why they see it as they see it in the way that they see it. And I agree with you, DJ. Object. Jada didn't cheat. She was entangled. Period.
For a woman to get horny, the man has to check off certain boxes, right? So the man he has to be her height preference, her race preference, her charisma preference, the way he conveys himself, right? So he has to check off certain boxes for her to even be attracted to that man. Got me? So what I'm speaking about, a woman that's not attracted to the man, because you're speaking about attractiveness, but that's steps it takes to get to that. A woman that's not attracted to the man and she hates that man, is that woman capable of having sex with that man?
Capable is the dusty, the diabolical word to use here because the obvious answer is yes. I don't think you should say capable. Will that woman do it? Generally, maybe that's a better question to ask. But if you're saying, is she capable? Yes, prostitutes do it all the time. Again, sorry using
But
the word.
Like, I don't even want to talk about sex workers because that's transactional, right? Like, it's not.
No, but
Maybe
that's why
I would
the
hope.
word capable is such a
Oh yeah.
from
Of course. Again, he's misspeaking. That I think that's why I'm already there, where it's like he meant what I think your the way you phrased it, which is is a woman likely to have sex with a man that she hates? Again, why does she hate him? But aside from that, the boxes he would have to check off: height preference, race preference,
looks.
I could hate a 6'5" guy.
Yeah.
I could hate a black guy. So what is your point? And charisma, it's like, because one night stands exist and we could all be visual creatures at times. Like, honestly, not who are you to say that a guy has to have charisma in order for him to lay a woman down? Because you're not giving charisma.
But
Are
also,
you a virgin?
I thought they
Like,
said women weren't into looks or visual. Why do I need his height and his race? Why is that important? I only make love with my ears. So why do I need to see your race and height? That doesn't make sense. Also,
and there's some women like literally don't care what you look like. Donald Trump, they'll date you if you have money. That is one box. That is one box. And you can say as a straight man that they don't have to check off any box because they first have to be woman. That is one box.
That is a box you have to check. But they also have to have the parts. So that's another check that you have to check off.
The truth is both people have boxes, and this is why I fundamentally hate the idea that women control sex and men control marriage. No, both people control both unless you're breaking the law to get what you want in one scenario. Like, you are not going to be with every woman who come and proposition you. Therefore, you also have control of sex. You both have to consent or it's something illegal.
But also, it really irritates me that Black men don't understand the things that they say and how it makes them look, the perception of a Black man, especially when you're online advertising that we as a group we can be so degenerate in the way that we think that it's okay to form hatred. Hatred is a very powerful word, not dislike. You're saying hatred. How does it make you look that you're saying I can have a hatred towards a person and still have sex with them? You're making yourself look crazy and you're advertising it like we are. Like, it's really sad to me that they sit here and advertise themselves as these like monsters, these uncontrollable animalistic monsters who just sex doesn't mean anything. They just want to jump up. Like, it's how you look, my dude.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah.
He thinks that makes him look tougher or more masculine.
Yeah.
No, but I think there's anybody now though. With that standpoint, it's anybody. If I'm not at least if I hate this woman and I'm not attracted to her physically, I can't sleep with her.
Yeah, so that's you. You're speaking from your subjective standpoint, but we all know objectively that we know niggas that'll slay a wildebeest out here. We know guys that'll hit some ugly.
They can't get women, for sure.
For sure. So my point is that a man, it's in men's nature to still have the capability of not.
He meant capability. He meant it. He meant it in the exact way. Because if you mean it for men, you have to mean it for women. Women also have the capability. Now, will they do it? Maybe, maybe not. But you're doing capability. They do. Both men and women have the capability to sleep with people they don't like.
Not to mention, all it would take is one man to say he's incapable and your entire argument falls apart. Red Hat just said he's incapable of having sex with a woman he hates. Why are you still talking about the male nature?
If we're talking about functionally, it is actually more difficult for a man to be with someone they are not attracted to physically and can't be. If you can't stimulate, it's very difficult. It is very difficult. Let me leave it alone. I did not study biology. I don't know how the human body works, so let's move on. All that access to women they brag about, and yet they are stuck questioning each other. Clearly, one is employed in the right.
It's the advertising of degeneracy that really just disappoints me, honestly. Like, as a Black man, you say this stuff, and then you get around other groups of men, and you're confused why they don't respect you. You're confused why the women aren't interested in you. but this is what you're advertising to the world, that's how you want them to look at you.
If what they say is true, it shakes the entire foundation of men being the more logical of the two. Yeah, well, yeah. This is it. You are correct. I'm gonna leave this comment up there. Tara says love luxury, period. I'm gonna leave this up here for a moment.
That they're not attracted to and having sex with something that they hate.
Because if women are making these decisions about their lives in their minds and cannot do certain things, and men just willy-nilly, just whatever, cannot engage in the kinds of discernment that one needs to in order to figure out who to put in bed, then I'm sorry, I don't know how logical you can be. If you just have to say yes to everyone that passes you and ask, yeah, that don't make sense.
Sorry, one thing. Honorable mention. Bra money have nothing to do with biology. That's incel talk. But then right after that, women sleeping with men without feeling is the downfall of society.
Where did he say that?
It's on this side of the screen. It's in his live chat.
Where?
On the screen.
You said it's in his chat?
His chat, yeah.
Oh, where is it? Tell me when to
Bra money, the orange towards the bottom. You passed it.
Women sleeping with men without feeling is the downfall of society. Oh, okay, cool. So they can sleep with them. Got it. That's all we needed. That's all we needed. Got it.
Woman is totally different. She isn't capable of having sex with someone that she's not attracted to and having sex with someone that she's hate.
That is such a no. This is actually quite dumb. The fact that he keeps harping on that and not moving past it feels like he's not like introspecting at all and like not being thoughtful, not thinking about what do you mean a woman cannot do this? They're incapable of doing this. Like they've done it. Like, why are you doing this?
Well, again, he's telling women what they will and won't do. You don't know. I'm a woman. You don't know what I will and won't do. The reason why he won't expand on this is because it's a talking point that they all have just memorized. That's my issue with a lot of these podcasters. They can't go any deeper. They can't tell you what the research says. They literally just repeat the exact same stuff over and over and over and over and over and over. It's part of their rhetoric. It doesn't go deeper because that's just the part that he's memorized. So he's just going to keep repeating it over and over and over again.
Not to mention, he's adding on extra fluff because the question was, can a woman have sex with a man that she hates? That's all you said, right?
Yep.
And Red Hat's answer was, if she's attracted to him, then yes. Now you're trying to imply that a woman cannot be attracted to someone that she hates, which is not true, because as long as she finds him physically attractive, then biology will biology, right? Her body will respond to that. And not only that, but I thought you said women fall in love with their ears. Now all of a sudden, physical. I mean, Kilo already said that. Physical plays a role.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So they can fall in love using their eyes. They can find that you're attractive with their eyes.
In order for her to have sex with someone, that man has to meet some of her standards. Some of them, right?
It's the same for men. Even if you have low standards, they meet some. They have to be there. They have to be women.
Wait, hold on now. Hold on. Because if he's implying that men have low standards or perhaps even no standards, would he lay down with a man? As long as he's trying to, long as he's down?
If the person you want to be with have to be woman, that is a standard. It is low, it is no, but and one could argue that there are some women who have very, very even lower standard than that.
But I want to ask, are these men are supposed to be our leaders?
I don't know who they're leading, so no.
Am I supposed to be submitting to a man who would sleep with someone they hate? Am I supposed to be submitting to a man who's going to sleep with wildebeest? Am I supposed to be submitting to these men with literally no self-control? What is in it for me?
I hope no woman is out here submitting, period. Let me
so
stop.
No provision. So no provision.
No. Let me retract. I don't care what y'all do. Submit, don't submit it. None of my
So
business.
no provisions, no protection, no discipline. What am I getting out of?
I mean,
What is the
I'm
female
assuming
getting?
they'll say provide, but we'll see.
A black man
We
is
have
what
to
you're
stick
getting.
No. We have to actually stick to this debate because I don't think they talk about providing yet.
You with me on that? You agree with that? So now, cool. So since we go into the calls, now we got to go to what does it take for a woman? What does it take for a man to meet the woman's standards? You all know, you said that you don't have a problem getting girls.
Yeah.
Kudos to you. So kudos to you, right? You said you don't got no problem getting females. That's cool. And then you also gave some stats out, and I'll help you out with the stats. So 1 in 3 men between the ages of 18 and 30 is either a virgin or haven't had sex in a year. So think about that. That's 30% of men that's not getting no poon. I mean, you can say it's funny, but it's 30. It's 30 guys.
That's why they
So-
don't sleep with anything, though. Oh, go ahead.
You said that's why they'll sleep with anything.
Right. Because they don't get nothing.
Fair enough. But
They
we
backed up. Go ahead.
They backed up. Fair enough. I agree. On the other hand of it, we still know guys with a whole lot of options that would still sleep with anything. We know Drake be in regular girls' DMs. We know.
No. A guy who gets a lot of women don't just sleep with anything. And even if I don't like this because it is, in some ways, it just reinforces stereotypes about these men and lack of control. And so to lean this heavily in it is wild. And like my natural inclination is not to defend this, but to accept it and say, okay, see, degenerate, right? That's where I want to go. But like, you do not just accept. You can't tell me that these two men, if a random woman that they don't find attractive who hasn't showered, looks a mess, whatever, comes in and say, okay, let's do it, they're gonna. So you too have standards. So like the idea that like they're positing is not as direct and it doesn't make as much sense as they think it does.
Nope.
But just to add a little bit more color, though, specifically to because he was about to use Drake as an example, I think what he means by the men who get a lot of girls, they'll sleep with anything is, in his mind, if you're that guy who has the ability to take your pick, this 2%er here would expect for you to only deal with 10s. Because you can take your pick, you should only deal with the best of women. So him sleeping with anything means you're sleeping with average Janes as well. That's basically and he's using Drake as an example.
Yeah, but you can sleep with quote unquote average while also still having standards in the way that both men and women have some standards.
But he's
Not
saying
according
that
to
there's
this
30% of the population who are still virgins, who whatever the case may be. But if you're telling me a man will sleep with anything, why are these men not doing that?
No, but also, I feel like they don't understand how this is going to be weaponized. It has been weaponized, and I don't like being in the position of saying, no, men have standards. Like that is for you to put me in the position to say, no, men have standards as little as they are. There is men aren't just like that's wild.
How this make you? That's what I'm saying. How does this make you look? Look what you're saying. Like
Wait, hold on, guys. Are you expecting this man to have foresight?
He's the 2%er. He should know. He's a 2%er. But also, again,
he's
virgins out here.
be a
Why are they not
2%er?
sleeping with anything though? Like, if you're
Are
telling me,
there some men, some people who will do all kinds of stuff? Go to Dubai. You're talking about women. Go to Dubai. I think the idea that like we need to separate. I don't know. I don't like this because like there's a part of me that just want to laugh and say, okay, period, no standards. Like, they'll just do anything, whatever. But I don't think that's intellectually honest. If I did, and I don't think every man will will just sleep with a random person.
Well, obviously they're not, Demas. That's the thing. Like, it's men who clearly, you just listed a statistic where men clearly aren't doing that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Trade songs, we see this nigga in the club talking to regular chicks. They not nothing crazy, right? So we know that guys don't mind dating down. Like the man is Drake is a 0.1% man, and he'll knock down something that isn't on his level in any way. You get what I'm saying? But it's still the opposite. But like Drake should be with someone that you're gonna be like, dang, where this nigga? Which God made her? And it's only one God. You're gonna be like, which one of these guys?
Sorry. Men sleep with women they're attracted to. The issue is that they might be denied about and who they are attracted to. Yeah, and then they start lowering their standards and whatever. But even the way he says knock down, remember initially we were having a discussion about like how this kind of interaction between men and women is kind of described as violent and abusive. Even the way he says knock down, like it feels like for these men, intercourse in this way is seen as something that is disgusting and it is violating the woman and destructive to the woman. It is not about mutual pleasure. Again, I'm going to keep repeating that because it's a realization that I've been having in the way that men talk about women and their interaction with women. Even when they say women's pleasure doesn't matter, it's because it's almost like they're taking something from.
Yeah, sex is a conquest to them.
But it's also music. It's music. It's how they describe everything. Beating you down. I'm going to beat it up. How they describe any type of sexual intercourse is always one-sided. It's never like, oh, I'm going to make her fall in love with me. No, it's always some type of violent interaction. It's in the music. It's in the way that they speak. It's completely taken over their mind and how they look at sex. My other issue is that why does a man, let's say a man is a 1%er, what's a 10 to him? He does not have to get approved by you.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the difference. That plain Jane, who you may think is not a 10, he may know things about her and appreciate things about her that makes her better than that Instagram thought that you think he should be with. That's a 10. Like you can't he doesn't have to go through and you're like, hey dude, can you look up these girls and tell me which one you think is a 10? Like
he's doing what so many of them do. Like stay in your income bracket, please. Stay in your income bracket. Mind your business. Don't worry about what Drake is doing.
You couldn't possibly understand what a man who's making way more money than you is thinking. You could never know that because you would be in a better position.
Y'all play entirely too much. Let's continue.
Not a joke. It's good advice.
God's made her. It's going to confuse you because, the value of the man he is, you're going to think that he can get a very attractive woman and a very submissive woman. But so what I'm saying here is that it's much different. So when we extrapolate it and talk about the differences of sex between men and women, then we can understand how when a man, because this whole clip, chat, was about a man messaging a woman, is it cheating? And I'd never said that it wasn't cheating in the clip. I just explained that the difference of men and women cheating, which can give a better idea. So then you could figure out, well, like, hey, is it really cheating? So now since we know that a man sleeping with a woman and a woman sleeping with a man is totally different, meaning that in order for the woman to sleep with the man, she has to like him to some degree, which means that she has to have some emotional tie. She already invested into that man a lot emotionally, because you said
nope. I
just don't get it. Why die on this hill? Why die on this hill?
This is such a wild take. Let's just continue because we already
wait. Do you realize he says now that we've agreed that women and men sleeping together are different? I'm like, what? When did we agree?
And even if you agree,
just letting this happen, though.
No. Even if you agree that they are different, you didn't agree with how they're different.
Honestly, I was fully prepared for the lock and key analogy. Or I was so I feel like he might pull that out. It's coming.
The night is still young. It's not that young. We had 3 hours, so we might come back. We might come back on Friday.
Woman can sleep with the man and she doesn't have to have any emotions. That's because you're assuming attraction. Anytime you assume attraction, you go way off because you start with the effects. So you got to go with the cause. Well, what made that guy attractive to her? What boxes did he check off for her? Those boxes that he checked off for her, that's already that emotional investment, because there's a lot of guys that approach that woman that don't check off boxes, but they have no chance of clapping cheeks, right? You agree with that?
To a certain extent.
To a certain extent. Let me repeat real quick.
Miss, another violent reference to having sex, clapping cheeks.
Clapping cheeks, yeah.
I get what you're saying. I just got to. I want you to eat though.
Oh, got you. So my point is that women have, and I said it in the clip, women have the ability of choice. Women have more sexual options than men. I also know in the clip that you said that you have more sexual options.
I agree. The conversation is for them to point out value. Yeah. Not only that, but like women have more sexual options than men, and I think this is why men are jealous. That's it. I actually agree with this talking point from the Manosphere that women have more sexual option because women tend to have more standards than men. Okay, fine.
We have more options because you just said you're willing to sleep with anything.
Yeah. So let me hear where this is going.
Options than a girl, that's impossible. No man on this planet can never have more sexual options than a female. The reason why is because
not true.
Drake
literally
versus some random girl.
Like, as not attractive as Jay-Z is, he has more access to women than like a lot of women have access to men.
Because women hold the key to sex and men don't hold the key to sex.
I knew it was coming. I didn't know when, but I know that very, to be fair, he's been saying that the entire time, but I was waiting for that specific phrase. No. And I hate when men who don't have any control project onto other people their lack of self-control. I have been in a club where a woman, whispered in my ear while I was dancing, "I'm so sorry, let's go home, let's take it back to my place." And I said, "Yeah, no, absolutely not. What drink do you want? Here's a drink, goodbye, good night." So the fact that men have and can say no means that that's not a thing. That's not true. Like, that is wild. The fact that you think you don't say no to women is wild. Now, do you say no often? Maybe that's a you problem and you need to go to a therapist to fix that. But no, women don't have, it's almost like they're just like walking around like, oh, I just want one, right? And any woman who says yes, no. That is wild. That is the base nature, if there is such a thing.
And we know that's not true because we interact with men and women every day, all the time, and it's just not that's not true.
Yeah, like,
So,
I'll let you cut in there. What you got on that?
So you telling me the average chick got more options than Drake?
Yes.
Cap.
So I'll explain.
Wait.
This is a bad faith argument. We're done here.
Yeah. Like, no. Mm-mm.
He's not being serious.
Now, define options in this way, because like options and like
he's not being serious.
Like literally, there are women throwing themselves at like.
He's not being serious. We're done here. No.
Should we end it for tonight here? Or
I was actually going to say that I had to leave soon anyway. So, because I got to go to work in the morning.
Same. Should I play 5 more minutes?
Okay.
Sure.
Explain.
Well, actually, can you elaborate? Why do you think that?
Yeah, what you just said. You just said Drake is a 0.0001. Like there's men who like, because I like this the whole thing. Everything you're talking about, I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying. But
yeah, like I said, Chad, it isn't really gonna be a disagreement because we chopping it up.
Yeah, okay. Like you
You didn't say we chopping up. You said you were teaching him. Themis got more options than this man. No, stop. Not they gonna come after me now. Look at Themis letting us know. Oh my God! Stop! No. I'm on the dance floor all night, so I hate people who go to the club and sit there.
But you're talking from a specific standpoint, and I'm like, I get that standpoint, but like if you're talking about the guys who don't get women, if you're talking about the guys who can't sleep with women, then yeah, you have a point. But then you have it's a lot of women that got.
All right, I'm good. I'm good. Anybody got time for all of that? It's too late. I'm too tired. Thank y'all for being here. Let's go into the after show and give our final thoughts because ain't nobody got time for that. I really hate when like I'm listening to someone and I want to agree and I want them to do well, and you just want more, and it's like, all right, well, you don't get it. You want more, but he don't got more to give. You might want more, but there ain't no more there. There ain't no more. Again, anyway, final thoughts. Kilo DJ. We gonna come back. We tired tonight, but we coming back. I mean, it is long, so we could try to do an hour tomorrow or something if everyone have time or something. But we definitely coming back on Friday. Go ahead.
I think I'm just going to reiterate that I think advertising yourself as the group of men who will engage in the lowest of behavior and the degeneracy that they're excited to tell you that they partake in doesn't make you look as good as a group, as a unit. And you to put yourself out like this and still demand respect is actually insane. That's really all I have.
I agree. I mean, so Red Hat annoys me in that, like, it feels like there's a part of his take that I want to agree with, but he has to get it out. And like he hasn't been able to like formulate I feel like I have to decipher, and not based on his accent. I have an accent, whatever. Like, it's not that. It's just like it doesn't feel like it's coming out properly. Like, I don't think he's made a thoughtful pushback really, where I can understand fully what he meant. And it feels like I should be agreeing with some of what he says, but it just feels like I don't fully understand what he's saying.
It's because a lot of these talking points, they've never been challenged. They've never thought deeply about them. They're just literally reiterating the same stuff, or he's repeating the same stuff to these men. He never had to actually go back and forth to try to tease out these ideas or try to add to the idea or grow. Like he just never had to do any of that. And that's why when he's trying to explain it to this guy, he can't.
As soon as he starts making sense, little hands twisted, and maybe that's what happens, because it doesn't feel like I don't feel like I've heard a full sort of like complete thought from him. It just feels like disjointed, and I have to put it together.
I mean, I think it sheds light on him again, just not being the greatest at articulating his points. What I at least appreciate about him is that he's not trying to come off as an intellectual like Little Hands. So even though it was still a bit of a struggle, you kind of had to like wait. You have to let him cook. You had to let Red Hat cook, which was honestly, I was fine with letting him cook because he was much more bearable than Braids, in my opinion. My final thoughts. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, yeah, I think humility goes a very long way. And I think his humility and willingness to like explain himself, though he couldn't do that well. I found it refreshing. But I just don't know what you need to stand firm in something and be able to like finish your thought. And when you're interrupted, come back to your thought, and carry it out. But like, I do agree that the other guy, Braids, kept interrupting and redirecting, and so it was hard for him. Go ahead.
And talking down to him. So I think I feel like Red Hat was at a bit of a disadvantage because he was very clearly trying to like find common ground, but then also stand on like where they disagreed. And Braids was just kind of making it, at least thus far, he was kind of making it a bit difficult because he was talking down to him. You know, he was being very condescending. And so I do appreciate Red Hat still being able to engage with him without it, you know, ending up like the other debate we saw the other day. You know what I mean? It could be worse. But I kind of wish, I hope it gets better in the as we finish it, or as we continue, I meant to say. I hope he just feels comfortable standing on it and not trying to find common ground. This man is okay, I'm not going to say that.
Yeah,
this man is not the person to agree with.
People, do not go watching it on your own. We need to watch it together. I promise I will not finish it. Like, I won't go watching it. So we'll come back. For the three of us, we'll come back.
You also noticed that when he was talking to the Braids, every time he would dispute his point, the guy with the little hands, he would just say his point over again. He didn't know how to. He's never had to work these ideas. He just keeps repeating them. Like he didn't even know how to respond to a debate. He just repeated the same stuff he just said before.
He mentioned psychology. He mentioned biology. And then that was just it. He just mentioned them by name and just kept going. And I'm like, okay, hit me with the psychology lesson. Like all I did was take 101. Like give me a refresher. It never came. So it was just like, okay, so you're just chatting. And so these are my final thoughts. My final thoughts is everyone watching, please remember that men like this need our buy-in. They need us to believe the things that they say. They've grown so accustomed to just saying things and women following that that's why they're unprepared to actually back up their statements. So, and I'm talking to myself in this moment as well. Try not to get upset. See it for the foolishness that it is. Know that there's no foundation. Know that there's nothing that you have to go researching on your own. It's pure crap. And you know it, because if there was any substance to it, he would provide it. He provided nothing, and we watched.
If it was natural, we would already be doing it.
Yeah.
All of this talk about natural, and you're sitting next to another natural-born man saying, "Yeah, that's not true." Your entire argument fell apart right then and there. But you're too pompous and arrogant to realize that, and you're trying to make him look stupid when you're the one that really looks foolish, even though you're better at articulating your points. Isn't that insane? That person that was struggling made more sense than you.
It is too absolute. Like his statements are like in the absolute, and the problem with absolute statements is if you find one exception, it's done. So that's why you're right, DJ. And y'all say everything that I wanted to say. So. Period. Let me know if y'all are free tomorrow. It might be a random time, and we'll come back because I want to continue to watch this. I want to finish it. And if we don't finish it by Friday, we're going to watch it Friday. I do actually have a live plan for Friday, but I also want to finish this. I may actually do some more videos for the weeks that I will not be here. Thank you all. Now I'm gonna be in the streets dipping it and doing it. I will be dipping it and doing it.
DJ, I don't remember him asking permission to do this. I remember he didn't follow the paperwork for this.
Period. I will put the out of office on. I'll let y'all know. Anyway, have a good night, everyone. Thank you both. I appreciate it. Red Hat is red pill adjacent in my personal experience. From what I've seen, they're both red pill. Based on this debate, they're both red pill. One is just better at articulating himself, and the other one is more thoughtful. But being more thoughtful doesn't mean you know how to express that which you're saying. I unfollow him on Instagram, and he confronted me in my DMs of, girl, period, not even tracking, Veronica. Thank you, Veronica. I'm so sorry. Not even track. That is some deep insecurity. How you going to track? Anyway, have a wonderful, wonderful night, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.